Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to CyberE71 Awareness Session. We would like to thank you all for joining us, and we're excited to have you. My name is Khalifa Al-Hamadi, heading partnership in E71. I come from a background of product and business development. I have my hosts and my colleagues here today with me, Simon. Simon is a founder of Nexus, which is a Swiss-based advisory firm that connects cybersecurity professionals, startups, and investors through a trusted global network. They offer hands-on support in go-to-market strategy, technical validation, and partnership. In E71 program, they help the startup to help drive the startup success by bridging the innovation with real-world adoption. And I have with me Abdulaziz. Abdulaziz is an AI security consultant, and in E71, he supports startups. We will be your host for this session. So please, just before we begin, if you have any questions, just post them in the Q&A box. And at the end of the awareness session, we will go through them and answer your questions. Please note that this session would be recorded and later would be posted on YouTube and other social media platforms. So at the beginning here, this is a quote from His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Al-Kuwaiti, the head of cybersecurity in UAE government, to show the importance of CyberE71 program in serving the UAE cybersecurity ecosystem and how CyberE71 aims to strengthen the UAE position as a global leader in the cybersecurity. So today's session and deliverables of this awareness session would be introducing CyberE71 program to gain a clear understanding of the program, identify key areas on how CyberE71 provides support, and take you through the journey of our successful startup stories that have joined the first cohort, and take you through the process of joining the second cohort and what are we expecting from you. So just to brief you on CyberE71 program. CyberE71 program is an initiative under the Cybersecurity Council that aligns with UAE's vision. The program is set to identify and select talented individuals to provide them the opportunities to grow their ideas into entrepreneurial ventures. CyberE71 serves as an umbrella for the cyber security startup ecosystem. The vision of this program is to become the leading platform in the Middle East for cybersecurity startups, creating an ecosystem that supports and empowers the next generation of innovators. And our mission is to strengthen the UAE cybersecurity ecosystem by sharing practical business knowledge and offering continuous support and focusing to help entrepreneurs to grow and succeed. As a program, our networks and partners come from different industries, such as government partners, industry partners, cybersecurity companies, and also investment and funding partners and universities. With that, I will hand it over to Simon, who will take us through the journey. Over to you, Simon.
Thank you, Khalifa. Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to give you a high-level understanding of how the program works. This year is really an evolution of last year, which was very successful with the creation of some already successful startups. This program is really divided into 3 tiers or 3 groups. And the idea here is to be able to identify the most promising future founders amongst your group and take them all the way through a journey that will see them refine their ideas, understand all the technical and commercial applications of building a company, but also getting ready to go to market, get all the support that it takes. And I'll go into further details as we go along this presentation, all the way to getting investment. So it's really about embarking on a journey today that will give you all the tools, the network, the support, and sometimes even the funding to become not only a successful company in the UAE, but also beyond. And that's what we bring here as Nexus, is we bring a network of experts, a network of buyers, a network of partners that extends far beyond the borders of the UAE. So next slide. So here you see the first sign that the program has evolved. It is now much more far-reaching than it was last year. Today we're speaking to you, and most likely you will recognize yourself as number 4 on that list of founder personas, as we call them. Your typical successful founder that we've seen internationally, working with startups all over the place. So you may have a technical idea or a research idea, and you might want to translate that into a product or a service. Other founders come from different backgrounds. They may have worked in security. They may have been consultants, decision makers themselves, or worked for the government. It doesn't really matter at the end where you come from or what you feel you're capable of doing today. What matters is, are you willing to bet on yourself and go on a journey? And we think that if you believe in yourself and if you have the beginning of a good idea, it may not be the best idea today. It may not be the idea that's going to take you all the way to a fundable company. But if you bet on yourself, we will give you the ecosystem and the tools to make it successful. Next slide, please. So this is really the start of the journey. As I described earlier, we really see let's call it the life cycle of a company or the life cycle of a founder among these, three main pillars. And most of you after today will maybe apply to CyberE71. I can only encourage you to do so. And more likely you will fall within that first category. And that first category is really for someone who has an idea, is not quite sure how to turn that idea into a product or a business proposition, is not sure if that idea is even, let's say, fit for market. Is there a demand out there? But that shouldn't discourage you. I myself, I've founded plenty of companies that evolved over time, that started as one idea and pivoted 15 times until they were successful. So not having a really clarity of vision at this stage is completely okay. As long as you believe that, you have the resources intellectually, the motivation, and you want to join our program, and you think you have an idea, you should apply. Our job at this stage is really to help you figure out if that idea can be turned into a product, if that idea would resonate with the market. We have a wide network in ourselves. I mean, you see sort of the tip of the spear during that meeting, but there's a whole network and a whole team supporting that initiative. We will help you figure out, through role playing, through lots of methodologies and exercises, through boot camps, we'll help you figure out if actually that idea could be bought by someone, and how do you turn that into a business plan and a company and grow it beyond. So the whole point is to come out of this part of the program with a clear positioning, a clear vision and mission, and also a good understanding of what needs to happen over the next 3, 6, 9 months to take, a good idea on paper onto an MVP or a prototype, and then eventually a startup. Next slide, please. So that's where things get a little more tangible. I don't expect many of you on this call to already have, a prototype or an MVP, but if you do, and if you join this session, you're also welcome to apply. What's really changed this year with the program is that we're not just looking at students who are at the ideation stage. We're looking at anyone with an idea that may even be market ready. So maybe you already have the beginning of a prototype. Maybe it started as a school project, or maybe it's something you've worked on, or you've worked on with a friend or a family member. Doesn't really matter. Is it market ready? Here, what we're trying to do is meet founders where they are on their journey. So rather than having them, onboard let's say a series of workshops or boot camps, we've made capabilities, foundational capabilities, toolkits, a network of experts available on demand. The idea is not to put everyone through the same journey, the same exercises, or the same session, but rather to identify, what is the best way to help them and close the gap towards their next goal. So if you're at that stage, you're trying to identify, potential customers, start building a startup, maybe get a little bit of funding to put some effort, some development behind. That's where that's why we're here to help. Once you go to the stage before the program readiness, ideally you progress towards that stage, which is stage 2, the market readiness, and that unlocks all sorts of benefits, all sorts of mentoring opportunities, and of course, networking opportunities, business development opportunities. That's where international partners come into play, but also the local partners. I mean, Khalifa here is leading, our ecosystem. I do take part in a lot of these calls. I don't think many of you have any idea how enthusiastic industry partners are, how supportive local companies are of this initiative, what they're willing to do for young founders. They really, really take pride in these companies growing. They're very proud of what the government is doing. Coming from where I'm from, from Europe, it is shocking, actually. It is incredible. So I could only encourage you to, get to that stage where you'll get to experience that, get to benefit from, access to resources, office space, and whatever it takes to actually build a company with confidence. Thank you. Next slide, please. Well, that's where everybody wants to get. And that's where, personally, when you get here, you need not only to ask yourself, what you want for your company, but also what you want for yourself. Because when you get to that point, you need to be all in, you need to be 100%. Our job is to take you all the way there. And what that means is helping you from, having the original idea to turning it into action, turning it into a product, and now turning it into something that is credible for an investor. And not just an investor locally. And I can tell you there's plenty of investors, whether they're industry partners or investment funds, sovereign funds and government agencies who want to give money to those projects. But our ambition is to make you investor ready for the world. We want you to be competitive and attractive to global financial investors. And so it means getting you traction, getting you validation, making sure that your product is not only exciting, to you, your founding team, and to us, but actually exciting to the market and is a proven a real business. We help you through that in many ways, but when you get to that stage, you have to sort of be all in or not. Thank you. Next slide. All right, so that's sort of a representation of the full journey. It looks like an assembly line, and it sort of is. I mean, from the moment you apply, you will go through a series of assessments, and those are not meant to be scary or grill you. They're really meant to do like a full diagnostic. What is missing? What can we provide that will help you get to the next stage? So you'll go through the application and interview, and we want to behave with you as an investor would behave. So we're looking at three things, really. We're looking at, the technical feasibility of your idea. Is it doable? Is it doable within a reasonable cost? Meaning, it's not so expensive that it couldn't make money at some point. And are you capable of actually building it, or can you be matched with somebody else who can help you do that? That's also one of the goals of the program, is to identify promising people that could be connected to other promising people. It's also a global network you're joining. We're also looking at the commercial viability. Are you addressing a need? Are you addressing a market? And here, we're not, working off of theory or books or a ChatGPT. We have a global network of buyers and decision makers, from global CISOs of financial institutions to very technical people working in security operations. So we want to validate those ideas. But finally, first and foremost, we want to find, are you fit as a founder? Do you have clarity of vision, purpose? Are you willing to commit? And again, it's okay to join the program lacking a bit of clarity on the idea and making mistakes. You're going to learn a lot of things. You're probably going to evolve. You're going to see, your ideas are going to change, and you may come back to us a year later with a completely different startup idea. This is not your one shot only. This is your opportunity to join, learn something, and go through this program of, a boot camp where we teach you how to, turn an idea into an action plan, where we teach you, what does the market want? How does someone make a buying decision? How do companies evaluate, the technology that you're building? What's the procurement like? What's the sales cycle like? How do you build business development, outreach technologies, marketing? Training you through all that and getting you into a position where when given visibility on a national stage, which is, there's plenty of that through, some of the events that we're participating in with the council. Can you seize that opportunity? Can you be credible in front of a buyer, in front of an investor? We want to get you to that point where you don't actually need us, and that would be our greatest success. Once you go through that program again, there can be two outcomes. One can be that your startup is ready to embark onto the second stage, which is the market readiness and hopefully even the investor readiness at some point. But the outcome could be that you didn't have the right idea at the right time, or you're not ready, or you're also not willing to commit because life happens for whatever reason. You're not willing to commit much more to this idea. You don't yet have that belief. That's also a good outcome. You can come back to us 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, and directly skip the line and join at the market readiness, assuming you fulfill the criteria. So don't think that this is your one and only opportunity. We've completely changed the way the program works because we know that different people are ready at different times. Ideas mature. I mean, I'm coming to you now as I'm quite a successful entrepreneur, but even my company has changed mission and vision and services 3 times in the first 9 months. And, we didn't get it right until a bit of time. So, the program is really designed to allow you to learn and then come back with an even stronger proposal. Next slide, please. And that's one final note here. I won't necessarily go into the details, but cybersecurity is really about protecting, data systems, but the people that use them. And the threat landscape is constantly evolving. It is as dynamic as the news. I mean, things are happening on one side of the world, and it may have an impact on, who may decide to attack a certain type of companies or a certain type of countries. AI has made a lot of threats, not only easier, but also faster. I mean, it's. I'm sure you've experienced that yourself. There are lots of new types of attacks that are requiring, a new thinking. And there's only so much you can do on your own. I don't doubt many of you here are very brilliant. You wouldn't be here if you didn't have good minds. The cybersecurity landscape is always changing. What we call the mind map of a decision maker in cybersecurity is also constantly changing. New problems, new solutions, legacy technologies being replaced. You can't do it all by yourself. Doesn't matter how brilliant you are. You do need to have access to resources, and we're here to provide those. But you also do need to have access to information, intelligence, as we call it. Where is the market moving? Why would a very successful bank in Abu Dhabi want to talk to me as a startup founder? What it is they care about, and what we're building with the ecosystem, with the partnerships, and also with the global network we bring is not only access to these people as potential buyers and sure, but also direct information from the battlefield. This is where it's going on. This is how you should shape your proposals. This is what resonates. This is, this is too late or this is too soon. And information is a huge advantage. And I hope that you join us, of course, and I hope that you benefit firsthand from this global network of partners who are helping us not only build technologies we believe in, but build technologies that they need because they're answering a real need and helping us secure the country. So, thank you all.
Thank you, Simon, and hi all. So this is just a short video that shows some of the accomplishments from our first cohort in CyberE71. So let me walk you through our incredible startups from our first CyberE71 cohort. These startups who tackled real-world cybersecurity challenges, many of which involved emerging threats in AI, phishing, deepfake detection, cyber awareness, and secure communication. And for sure, big shout out to our startups, Hassan, Y71, Exploiters, Marsad, Dara, Genesec, Cyber Eagle Eye, LexMind, PentAI, and Cyber Companion are all building innovative solutions and having the potential to make a real impact and contribute to strengthening the UAE cybersecurity ecosystem. And that's the main vision and mission of CyberE71. So all of these startups are working on solutions designed to benefit the country by enhancing its digital resilience and addressing the most urgent cybersecurity threats in innovative ways. And for those who's interested, and I'm sure, pretty much sure that after Simon's talk, most of you will be interested in joining CyberE71. The process is straightforward. You start by visiting our website, cyberE71.ae, and filling out the application form. From there, you share the details about yourself and your idea, so we can get to know you better. And the format will take you only up to 10 minutes to complete. We will ask for basic details like your name, email, university information, as well as, for sure, your cybersecurity concept and a short description of it. You will have also the option to upload any relevant files or proposals that can help us understand your idea better. But one important point is that the deadline for the application is on August 26th of this month. Also, one point also to mention, when you are describing your concept, keep it clear and simple. Start by stating the problem your ideas solves and explain how your solution works. And finally, highlight what makes it unique. For example, here I'm showing about CyberNest, a tool for small businesses to detect stop network threats using behavior analytics instead of a traditional signature-based method. It cost-effective and designed for SMEs. Those kind of statements will be enough. Also, if you have a technical details, diagram, or a pitch deck, upload them too. A short technical summary of how your system works, some visuals, and an introduction to your team will make your application much stronger for sure. This helps us see not just the idea, but also the team and execution plan behind it. So keep an eye on your email. We might reach out for clarification after you submit your application. After that, we will review your application and get back to you with the next steps. And I guess now we will open the floor for some Q&A session. So feel free to ask any question that you have for us. And thank you.
I think we have a hand raised. Does that mean we turn on the microphone or we let people type?
I'll open the microphone.
And then we have some written ones. That's good.
Please, Mohammed, your mic is open. Feel free.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
How's everyone? I hope that everyone is doing okay. My name is Mohammed Nofel. I'm from Vax Labs Cloud Computing. And I would like to, first of all, thank you all for the amazing session. And inshallah, we hope to see you in the next cohort. So my question is, inshallah, when will the decision be made? Like in how many days after we apply?
So it's a good question. Maybe I'll take this one. We're aiming to get back to you with 5 to 10 business days maximum. We got a lot of applications coming in bulk. We're reviewing them all very carefully. The first wave of feedback you'll get will be by tomorrow. You will receive a link and an invitation for a very short interview. Actually, I have seen your application, so you'll hear from us as soon as tomorrow. But typically, now that we're in the process, I would say within 5 business days maximum. So if you apply on Monday, you'll hear back from us by the end of the week.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, Simon.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
I would like to thank you again for your time and organizing such a workshop. My name is Mahar Al-Hosani, and I'm a founder of a biotech startup, quite far from the, let's just say, ecosystem you have built at E71. But my question is in regards to the kind of support you may provide to SMEs. Let's just say I am well past the MVP phase and we are ready for commercialization. And I wanted to know what kind of industrial partnerships you have got and may have access to.
Maybe I'll give a partial answer here, and I'll let Khalifa comment as well. I don't know how directly related you are to cybersecurity, but nonetheless, we want to help people as much as possible through the program, but also introduce them to stakeholders that could be helpful. So I'd be happy to set up a call with you, go through your needs, and introduce you to any industry partner that's part of our network who could help you. But I see Rim's raised her hand, so maybe she or maybe confusing. But we'll reach out to you and introduce you to anyone we can help you with.
Perfect. I would love to have your contact details if possible after the meeting. Thank you.
I see that you've actually applied already. So we'll definitely help you. No worries.
Thank you very much. So my question is about, I am a PhD student doing my PhD project in cybersecurity. So I did apply and I did send, I filled the form before, but I might not be fully introduced the idea project. So do I have to resubmit it again, or what is the procedure, the right procedure here?
So you did apply, but you're not quite happy with the information you provided?
Because I published a paper recently, and I want to attach this paper as I published a paper in IEEE Open Access. So I want to upload this proposal in my request form, so you can have the full idea about my paper and my work.
I think the easiest, without overcomplicating things, is you just submit a new application with the paper, and we'll reconcile the two applications. I think we'll find you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, dear Shukran.
We have Nada also. So please, Nada, if you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for organizing this initiative that support creative cybersecurity students or thinkers in this field. I am the founder of Digital Future Lab, and my company provides many services. So I include this in the application, but I didn't include what is specific in cybersecurity, because I have many idea in cybersecurity field. So it's an AI and cybersecurity. So do you need from me to apply again and just
I do remember your application. Actually, I looked at it yesterday evening. Ideally, of course, you want to be focused, and when you go to market, you want to have, at least in the short term, something that has the highest likelihood of being successful. Nonetheless, this is what the bootcamps are for. So is your idea market ready, investor ready? No, but are you ready to join the program and benefit from the bootcamp, and maybe by the end of it have more clarity of vision and a clear action plan as to where you would start? I think that's exactly the purpose of it. So I encourage you. I think you did it, so it's great. We're going to schedule an interview with you to take this further. But I would encourage others who like a little bit of clarity. That's exactly why the boot camps that are taking place second week of September, that's what they're here for. So I think you did the right thing, and look forward to helping you.
Thank you. As I am also specified in cybersecurity as my master degree in cybersecurity, and I am really interested to have this project more in cybersecurity.
That's great.
Yeah.
So we look
Thank you.
forward to figuring it out together. Great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nada. We have to Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Thank you so much for this presentation, Mr. Abdulaziz, Mr. Khalif, and Mr. Simon. So my question is, I've already applied, but I'm not sure if I should, do we have to apply again after this meeting or not? And I was wondering if what type of tools or maybe technical support would be would we be provided for our ideas or projects?
Great question. And again, Khalifa, Abdulaziz, Shams, I'm taking answers if I think I have the answer, but interrupt me. So you don't need to reapply. I mean, we've been compiling again a lot of applications, and that's great. We've got a lot of people applying with very substantial documentation that we're reviewing. In terms of technical support, it really depends on where you are. So we do have, at a later stage when you're really going into development, access to fractional resources, development resources if needed. But that's already when you're entering, advanced development of an MVP or even a market-ready solution. And by then you'll have a little bit of funding. But before that, we do have resources to help with technical validation, architecture, road mapping, helping you figure out, what you build first and how. So we do have resources for that. But can we commit today to giving you a full team of developers to build your technology? No, we can't do that for everyone, and nobody would. But we can help you get to a stage where you have enough to get validation and get funding to get those things. So it's very hard for me to give you a definitive answer, but yes, we help you with the expertise to create a technology roadmap, execute at least partially onto it, assuming you also bring some resources to the table, and then further as you get closer to investor readiness, then sure, we'll put you in touch with the right development teams.
Thank you so much for clarifying, Mr. Simon. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ahmed. We have also a question from Swapna, please.
And we also have the chat and the Q&A. I see a lot of written questions, I think.
Yes. So after Khalif Al-Husani, we're going to go to the Q&A boxes. So
everyone, thank you for the opportunity to talk. I'm working on a professional initiative that focuses more on raising awareness around cybersecurity rather than providing a technical solution. My question is, would non-technical awareness-focused project will be eligible for official support or fund?
I'm sorry, I got distracted. Could you repeat the question, please?
Yes, sure. I'm working on a personal initiative that focuses more on raising awareness around cybersecurity rather than providing a technical solution. My question is, would a non-technical awareness-focused project will be eligible for official support or funding?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Service, products, you have to build something that is what we call defensible, that has a moat, meaning it's hard to replicate, but sometimes it's know-how, it's processes. It's not always something that's driven by technology. And there are plenty of very successful startups, very successful enterprises that are in the awareness space. So it's definitely, what's important to us is can you build it, or can you take it close to building it yourself or with some help? So is it buildable? Can we put it on the market, and are you capable as a founder? And if you bring an idea that is already budgeted for, which awareness is definitely budgeted for. Every enterprise out there has money to spend that's already allocated to that problem. Then definitely it's very promising. So we're here to help as well with that.
Thank you, Mr. for clarifying.
Looking forward to seeing the application.
Yeah. So Khalifa, please, Khalifa Al-Husani.
I just asked my question.
Oh, okay, sorry. There's Swapna, then Mani, please.
Yes. Hi, good evening.
I have a simple question. I mean, the project idea that I put up is a project, and I wanted to clarify: does it have to be? Do I have to make it into a startup, or can it be a project? Because this is something I'm very passionate to build.
So do you mean it's more like a research project or something you want to publish, and you don't necessarily intend on turning it into a for-profit enterprise, or is it an NGO? What is it?
Yes, it would be more of a research project or something that I would build, but I'm not necessarily sure if I want to make it into a startup. I might think about it and decide later, but right now I want to do it as a project.
I think you should apply. I think that's really, again, the purpose of the boot camps is to find out if it's just about, and I mean just, I don't want it sounds demeaning. That's absolutely not what I mean. But is it better off as a research project or even as an article, or is it feasible, suitable as a business, as a company, or as a nonprofit? Or it's not all about profit as well. If you come to us with an NGO in cybersecurity, we're happy to look at it and help. So I would encourage you to apply. Yes, I can't give you any guarantees until I read it, but even if you don't qualify for the program because we don't think we can turn that, or even give you guidance to help you turn it into something tangible, we'll happily give you feedback and guidance and maybe point you in another direction. Academia, maybe. I mean, we have a great network of partners there. So but apply. I would encourage anyone to apply.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amani. So Simon and Abdulaziz, now we'll go for the Q&A questions. So the first question is from Shahab. He says, as an entrepreneur in IT services industry since 2009, now planning to enter cybersecurity field. As a company with already some customers in UAE, what is the opportunity for them?
So the opportunity is to join us at not the program readiness level, but I would say the market readiness level. I mean, I don't have all the details here, but it seems like you might have something internally that you want to spin off into a startup, and a startup that's, let's say, a side step from your core business of IT. You're definitely what we call, a crossover founder. That's exactly what we're ready for. It means you've been successful in another field, and you need our help to translate that into the cybersecurity field, have access to a new network, new resources, and also a new understanding of what it takes to sell. So yes, you should join, and yeah, if you are a fully established global enterprise, no, of course. But if you have already a successful IT business and you want to spin off an idea or an existing product with some customers, then definitely join us. We have a few of those companies already with customers, and we're helping them. We'll get to the next level, because maybe what you need is to have a clear plan, traction within a new vertical or a new country, and help you prepare an investment memo that will help you raise, maybe a few millions to build a dedicated team. So yeah, definitely you should apply.
Thank you, Simon. The second question is from Rabia. What kind of mindsets do you see in the strongest founders who survived the entire journey from the idea to graduation?
That's a very good question. I think people have different inner motivations, and some people are driven by the need to solve a problem. It's so annoying to them, they lose sleep over it. They maybe started working in a field, and until they've made it right, they just lose sleep. Others, are motivated by an opportunity that arose, and they want to seize the moment. I think the strongest mindset, regardless of age, regardless of background, is, embracing failure, because there's no amount of planning you can do, no amount of planning we can do together, even through the boot camps, that are going to prepare you for, the brutality of business. And you have to walk in it with a smile. I mean, they say no plan survives the battlefield. So having the ability to very quickly iterate, find the shortest route from an idea to validating that idea. There's so many people who will spend 9 months building something that's in their head, only to realize that there's no demand for it. So how do you find out as quickly and as cheaply as possible if you're on the right track, and iterate on that, and not be discouraged by failure, because failure is literally part of the process. You iterate, you try something, doesn't work, you fix it, you try again. So it's not always the most brilliant people. It's usually the most resilient people who do well in business. And for some people, it takes 2 years and they're very wealthy at 23, and others, it happens at 50 years old. But what they share is that they never give up. And the ability to work with others, even with people you don't like, that's very helpful as an entrepreneur, but in life in general, that helps you be successful. So,
and I think also, Simon, commitment.
Of course, commitment. Yeah. You have committing to the program is great. It makes us happy, but we will never care about you as much as you and the people you love. So if you do it, you do it for yourself. Like, will you be proud of yourself? Do you want to look back and think, I gave it all, I learned something? Commitment is super important. But I'll let others comment if they have any. But otherwise, question number 2: are there any training programs or workshops? So develop innovation skills. It can mean different things. So there are workshops that are dedicated to leveraging modern toolkit. So part of that is innovation. There are workshops dedicated to understanding the mindset of a buyer. Therefore, how do you shape your ideas, your products, and make them acceptable by the market? And then I'll say the very first day of the workshop is all about ideation, starting from an idea and feeding it into something that's more than an idea. That's actually a plan. So does that qualify as innovation skills? I don't know, but I think it does. Everybody has an idea, but turning that into a plan and then executing on that plan, that's what separates you from 99% of the people.
Thank you, Simon. The last question in the Q&A box, and I think we have questions also in the chat box. So this is from Zubair. I'm Zubair, CEO of Safeguard AI, a quantum AI-powered cybersecurity company. His question is, how do you see quantum AI transforming national-level cyber defense strategies, especially in detecting and neutralizing state-sponsored zero-day attack before they cause real-world damage?
So there are a lot of words in that question that I only understand at a superficial level. I'm definitely not a quantum expert or an AI expert. Is quantum computing going to transform, encryption and cybersecurity at large? And is AI going to transform it? For sure. What do you mean exactly by how do I see quantum AI transform nation-level cyber defense strategies? Just like innovation, I mean, from whether you move from the horse to the car or from basic computing to AI or now quantum, what changes is speed. So it's only going to make things more predictable and going to require even faster responses. It's going to have a huge impact, but I'm definitely not in a position to comment on that. However, the whole purpose and the whole point of the program is for you to apply and for me to put you in touch or in front of people who will understand this at a much deeper level. And hopefully you have a solution for that. And if you do, there's definitely market potential. So if it's a field you're interested in, then I encourage you to apply.
Thank you, Simon. We have a message from Claudia. Can we know again the requirements about the national participation? I think the program is open for all nationalities and for this cohort. So there is no any certain requirements. It's just registering your name and putting your idea for the team to validate and to meet you later. Dear Rahmanida, I was wondering if in the recording, Hadia, the webinar would be posted on YouTube. So prior to that, you can look into YouTube, you'll find the session. What is the timing of the program and will it be in person or online? Abdulaziz, would you like to take this question?
So the bootcamp is supposed to happen in September. The deadline of the application will be on this 26th of this month. And yes, the bootcamp will start on the early of September.
And then following that, the workshops will be, I think, remote. There will be a series of workshops, and then
Yes.
more events will be involved in. Okay, yeah. But the bootcamps will be in person.
I mean, what is the timing, in the morning or in the afternoon, so we can if it's assigned already or not yet, so we can prepare ourselves to, yeah.
Okay, I can tell you that. So what we usually do is that we send in a survey for the timing. We send in a survey and we select the most appropriate time for all the audience. So for the
Perfect.
timing, we still didn't decide, but it will be depending on what the audience free time will be on.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.
Zubair, just before I go to your question, I know that you raised your hand. So there's another question. So if there is a demo of an idea, approximately 80% of the implementation is completed, and active trade license and initial approvals of partial investments from entities like the Khalifa Fund and major requirements of company are already up and running now. How can I best support the current application with these elements? Simon, would you like to take this one?
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, congratulations, because I know what it takes to get there. So yeah, I mean, you're definitely in between market and investor readiness, and we need to get into details to find out exactly how can we help you. Clearly, you've done a lot of the work already. So I don't know if you're already submitted an application, but if those are the elements you've submitted, you'll definitely hear back from us. Yeah, probably as early as tomorrow, and we'll have a discussion to then find out how do we help you close that gap to whatever your next objective is. So nothing really to say except describing what you've described here in your application, maybe a little bit of supporting documentation. I'm assuming you have some screenshots of your product or deck. Attach that and we'll get back to you. So congratulations.
Thank you, Simon. Claudia, on the question that you asked that you haven't received feedback, you don't need to submit the application again. If you have submitted it, the team will come back to you within this few days.
A few months, is that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it from the cohort 1 maybe?
Yeah, because we don't see submissions before. Actually, no, it is possible. I'll look into it. But we only started looking at the applications a few days ago, so you'll hear back from us. You should be in the system. Verify that.
Okay. I think Zubair, you have raised your hand and then you lowered. So I don't know if you have any questions. Please, Zubair, I'll disable it. Please, Zubair, you can ask your question. You're muted, Zubair.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam, Zubair.
I'm Zubair Shirautar, CEO of CyberEI, cybersecurity startup focused on integrating quantum AI. So my question is, what key capabilities or trust standard would a cyber defense force like CyberE71 look for before engaging the collaborating with the emerging startup working on a next gen technology like quantum AI?
You mean what criteria would we be looking at? I'm sorry, I just wanted to clarify the question.
What a cyber defense force like CyberE71 look for before engaging or collaborating with emerging startup working on a next generation and technology like quantum AI?
So we will look at your application as we do the others, and again try to determine three things. Are you I'd say promising as a founder? Is your idea technically viable, and would it be commercially viable? Of course, sometimes all we get is a brief documentation, so we can't have a definitive answers on all that. But yeah, I would encourage you to share a bit more details around that. We're open to all sorts of ideas, no matter how ambitious. And right now we're working with some people on some AI security solutions that have huge potential and are on paper incredibly ambitious, things in the cloud as well. So I don't see why it would be any different for quantum AI. So Yeah, we'll look at it just like any other proposal. I can't really be specifics because we don't have domain-based criteria. We would look at it and think, is there a market for it? Who might spend some money on a solution? What would it look like? What's the business model? Same question we would try to answer for anybody else.
Yeah,
I hope
thank
that
you.
answers the
Exactly.
question.
The kind of insight that we are working to meet as a base scale. I appreciate the clarity.
Yep.
Thank you.
I look
Zubair.
forward to reading up on it. Sorry, go ahead, Khalifa.
No, thank you, Simon. Thank you, Zubair. So we finished all the questions. So I don't know if anyone has any other question.
Thank you, Khalifa. Thank you, Simon. Not a question. I just wanted to thank you guys and reiterate on the fact that CyberE71 is an initiative that is free of charge. Anyone can apply to it, and as long as they have an idea in the cybersecurity field. And as I mentioned in the chat, in case you already applied and maybe you feel like that your application is missing some kind of documents, it's good to have another application. But at the same time, if your application is complete, but you want to add extra information, proposal, or screenshots of demos, you can always email it to the startup at cyber71.ae. I've included the email on the chat, so feel free to email us with any further documentation or information on your startup, as well as if you have multiple ideas and you want to apply for multiple ideas as startup, you can always apply multiple times, including all of the details of your startup or idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Shamsa. So thank you everyone for joining the session. We hope that you had most of the information that you're looking at, and we hope to see your applications and see you from an idea to scale up to a large enterprise. Thank you all.
Thank you all.